Some mornings I sat at the same park bench before work, not because it was beautiful, not because it was special, because I felt like a pause. The park was small, a strip of green wedged between concrete and glass. Life squeezed into the city machinery. I'll buy coffee from the corner cart, nod at the vendor, sit down. The first sip always burnt. The second was fine. The rest was habit. Across the street, a revolving door turned endlessly. People stepping in and out, as if the whole city were breeding workers in and out. I used to find that beautiful. I didn't anymore. I told myself I wasn't unhappy. I had a job, an apartment, a few friends, occasionally plans. Life, on paper, was fine, but beneath the small satisfaction runs something quieter, a sentence I couldn't silent. This can't be all there is. It first appeared on an ordinary afternoon. Nothing tragic, nothing profound. I was halfway through a sandwich in a cafe when I realized I didn't taste it at all. That feeling stayed after that. Not loud, not demanding, just present, like a shadow that didn't need light. At work, everything hummed the way it always had. Screen glowed, conversation repeated, the coffee pot hissed every 40 minutes. I answered emails, joined meetings, laughed when I supposed to. I was efficient, agreeable, invisible. Once my manager said, "You are reliable, Jahal. We need people like you." It was meant as a praise. It sounded like a sentence. One night, taking out the trash, my neighbor stopped at me in the hallway. Mrs. Vale. Her hair was silver, always slightly undone. Looked like she had just walked through a breeze no one else could feel. She looked at me and said, "You always look like you are waiting for someone." I blinked. "Maybe I am," I said. She smiled. "Careful with that. Most people spend their whole life waiting and forget about to live. I laughed politely, but that words follow me inside. Days pass, then weeks. Routine kept me busy, which was another way of saying, One rainy evening, restless and unwilling to go home, I wandered. Street slick with reflection, lights broken into pieces by puddles. That's when I noticed the cafe, narrow, dim, smelled faintly of cinnamon and dust. A chalkboard sign read, "Live music tonight." Inside, a woman played the piano, not performing, listening. She wasn't filling the room. She was conversing with it. I sat still, forget my coffee. Let the sound dissolve something I didn't know how to name. When she finished, the room went quiet. She looked up. "You look like you are searching for something," she said. "Maybe I am. What happens if you find it?" I paused. "I don't know." She smiled. "Maybe it's not about finding it." She turned back to the keys. Walking home in the drizzle, something stirred. Not joy, not hope, awareness. The city looked unfamiliar. Rain beating on car's roof, neon trembling in puddles. The smell of hurt and exhaust tangled together. I realized how much I stopped seeing. The next morning, the bench waited as always. I sat down, coffee in hand. For once, I didn't reach for my phone. I watched a jogger, a tired man in suit, someone carrying more than they can show. At work later, the meeting ended, but I stayed still. The cursor blinked on my screen like a small heartbeat. I typed a sentence, deleted it, typed another two. It wasn't about words. It was about the need to make something that wasn't just functional. I went back to the cafe. Not every night, just as often enough. Sometimes we talk, sometimes we didn't. One night she asked, "Do you think you'll ever figure it out? What life's supposed to be?" I thought for a long time. I don't think there's an answer. She nodded. Maybe the mistake is thinking there should be another morning. The bench, the city, the revolving door spun on, breathing people in and out. The world moved fast, oblivious, unstoppable. But something in me had shifted. I no longer expect life to fill me. I just watched it unfold. Messy, Sundance, and miraculous all at once. A breeze stirred the leaves, coffee, wet asphalt mixed in the air. I smiled. Maybe life isn't enough. Maybe it never was meant to be.